We're getting there. There aren't too many left. Let's try out Vagabond. Equipped weapons always contribute to the class bonuses of other equipped weapons. You can equip two of the same weapon at the same time. It feels like I should start with a loot, because loot has luck and harvesting on it. To me. Let's do that. Hey Senna, hey Ezra. This character actually has some pretty substantial downsides. Be interesting to see how it works out, because we also have very significant upsides, of course. Oh, that was a good swing. So luck and harvesting is worse. Does that mean I don't want it? Not sure. I think I still want some of it. Explosive and elemental. I can buy a plank for a while. An explosive gun, sure. I don't think Shredder is what we like want to stay on though. Ginger guy. Do you just lose if you take a legendary weapon? I guess you are suddenly at 0 HP, yeah. Well, not 0, 1. Afternoon's going pretty well. Gonna do a cozy Friday stream, and then I'm going to a concert tonight. Should be fun. Take some spud. I will take a thief dagger, I guess. Primitive and heavy are both really good weapon tags. Cacti Club probably sticks around. Alright, cool. What does this tater do? It's a bit complicated. You have some debuffs. And you're not allowed to have multiples of the same weapon. But your weapons count as having all, how do I say this? All of your other weapons count for the set bonuses of the weapons you have. So even though I don't have other musical and support weapons, loot is still getting tier 4 bonus. Because I have 4 weapons total, now 5. It's Cauldron. I want Cauldron? Probably not. Your weapons have all the tags of the weapons you have. Yeah, probably. That's probably how you say it. Does that mean that if I have an elemental weapon, all of my weapons deal elemental damage? I don't think so. Because that's different from having elemental tag. Just tell, thanks for the year. Appreciate it. This feels like a better gun than Shredder. Although still not actually the one I want. I want SMG. Don't want those either. These ones I do want to keep. I'm gonna take a pruner for now just to have 6 weapons. I already have 15% crit chance, so I might as well take a tentacle. It depends on whether weapon scales with elemental, not the tag. Yeah. Sounds correct. Sounds right to me. All weapons count for all set bonuses that you have. Look, functionally what it means is that your weapons have their full set bonus even if you don't have any other weapons of that set. I think we can just say that, because once I have 6 weapons, that's true. It's just the part up until having 6 weapons that makes it a little bit confusing. I want a wrench. Not really. Do I want a medical blade? Medical gives me, what, HP regen? Seems kind of good. Nordexa! Never not snowball. I don't think I have very much that cares about elemental damage. But it's very expensive. Tractor is also snowball. Exactly. Yeah, I get 50% harvesting modifiers and have absolutely spent most of my money and level ups on harvesting so far this run. I don't even think that's wrong. Seems correct to me. There was a small update to the game, but I believe it was just like some stuff with bug fixing interface for control devices or something. I don't really understand. It didn't look like it actually changed anything relevant. Do I want a triangle of power? I think I'm good without. It just stops me from being able to take Bloody Hand and blood donation, right? Which are both things I wouldn't hate being able to take. Blade has lifesteal on it. Didn't know that. I think I'm down for medieval blunt. That seems good to me. Hey, Vernash! Why are all the weapons random? This is Vagabond? Is that who this is? I get the set bonuses of all the weapons that I have, even if I don't have 6 of them. Is the reason. I use Piggy Bank for economy a little bit since harvesting is nerfed. Harvesting's nerfed, but because of all the set bonuses from weapons, I'm stronger than I would usually be, so I can probably sit on Piggy Bank and get it up to, like, making me 100 materials a wave or something. still want to replace my shredder? I want to turn it into a better gun. But other than that, I think I'm pretty happy with these weapons. They nerfed harvesting, just on this character. This character in particular gets 50% harvesting. So, as you can see, even though I only have one medieval and one blunt weapon, I am getting full medieval and blunt set bonuses. How do I only have one armor? Do I start with -5? Oh, I start with -5. Okay. Wave 9 is a lot harder when this enemy is cursed, and I feel like this enemy is cursed way more often than it should be. I have 5 curse, which means enemies have a 4.5% chance of becoming cursed. I probably just notice it a lot when that enemy is cursed, huh? Glad we could avert that, Kukulon. Cool. So yeah, I now have enough money that my piggy bank is going to snowball me a bit. I feel really strong. Maybe Shredder should actually turn into another weapon that scales off melee damage, and I just shouldn't have ranged damage. That's probably better, yeah? I wonder which one. Honestly, maybe it should be the plank that I recycled. Awkward. Flute? Probably not. This is a horde wave, so let's try to get a little bit strong. We can go lightning shiv. Dealt 3,000 damage. That's actually... Oh, that's actually in keeping with all of the other weapons I have. That's awkward. 2 spines from Cactus Club get projectile bounces. Yeah, they do. I'm still gonna recycle it. I'm surprised it was doing that well. That is pretty awkward. Let's buy this as well. Easy CM! Shredder is a very melee weapon, ranged weapon. You'll just have to trust that that makes sense. Like, it hits in an AoE area fairly rapidly. The target nearest to you. That's basically a melee weapon, right? Just scales off ranged damage. Hey, Lapata! Board wave went well. I'm rich. How did this now? Did very well. Alright, happy with the lightning shove. We deal elemental damage sometimes. Let's do that. Take 2 melee damage. I no longer care about range damage, right? So we can take a mastery. And I don't think I need more than 15 speed, so we can take shackles. I don't really need the engineering. It's okay though. Do you think it's bad for me to be experiencing pain in the thumb that I am moving the analog stick with? What if it's like white hot flashes of pain though? Is that good? Hey Gonzo, how are you? It feels like I have a splinter in my joint. Which medical condition is that? Twitch chat. I need Twitch doctor. There's a potato seed in my thumb. It's kind of believable. Why? What's the potato seed doing in my thumb? Have I checked for a splinter in my joint? I keep on, like, trying to pull one out, but there isn't one there. Blood flow issues to nerve pain. I should stretch. I'll stretch after this wave, or maybe run, I don't know. I can mostly just control the character with my other hand. Do I want a sharp tooth? No, 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 none of this. I want this? Kind of. Mixel, thanks for 50 months. Appreciate it. Yeah, this character is sweet. I found padding yet? I have not found padding yet. Can I? Wow. I mean, as long as this isn't bugged, it seems like a very good item. Was it bugged? I don't know. I can't tell. Somebody said that that one's bugged yesterday. Did I set anything on fire ever? Not really. Do I want a rocket launcher? Not really. I'm good. Struggle with this character? They must be the worst in the game. Oh, okay, my bad. Wait a second. Did I just die? I sure got hit every single time. Okay, we're okay. I do think that's gotta be like one of the 3 hardest for me out of the new ones. It's difficult because it like throws a fairly hard to read attack pattern at you and runs away from you. So it's difficult to dodge and it is difficult to kill. Finding padding would be pretty nice, huh? Just a sec, I'm gonna stretch real quick. Alright, gang. I think I am pinching a nerve in my shoulder. And it's like running all the way down my arm to my thumb. Not great. Being human, I don't know. Just stuck in this meat suit for the rest of my life. Sounds like a skill issue. I mean, a little bit. There are some things that could be observed about, like, posture and physical activity, probably. I'm dealing with the same thing for a few months now. It is a problem I have had before, so fortunately I already know, like, all the stretches and all the things to do. I know how I can make it better. Which is good. I think I would prefer not to have a machine added to my body. Like when I see the people getting microchips in their brains and stuff, that does not really seem appealing to me. I'm just gonna start taking every plus HP thing that I see for the rest of the run. Do I want naval? What is naval? Does naval give curse? This character should really tell you what the weapons do before you buy them. That is okay, I think. I have 17 armor. Yeah, it should be good. Getting a neural chip that has a memory leak that causes an actual memory leak in the brain is terrifying. Doesn't sound like a very good idea. If you hover over it with your cursor, it does tell you. Oh, but I'm using a controller. Is there a way to do that with a controller? They should invent a way to do that with controller, maybe. I always feel like 5 health per second just isn't very much whenever I pick up torture. Like, I mostly took it for the max HP. I think the actual health regen is, like, probably already being done better by other things I have. But I'm gonna keep going, more max HP and more armor, and eventually we'll get to a point where the enemies can no longer hurt us. Kind of expensive. SMG didn't really take off this run, huh? I think with 102 damage percent, I don't need wisdom. I'm not a fan of pacemakers. I would certainly prefer not to have one. But I guess if I need to, I will. Big arms, sure. How big do you think arms have to be considered big? I want a harpoon gun. Wait, it kind of hits hard. Let's try a harpoon gun over a thief dagger. I think this has done its job. Is that store kind of good or wow. I'd be interested to see how much damage Harpoon Gun does here. I'm to become a Harpoon Gun gamer, apparently. I'm concerned that my sustain is too bad to actually be able to beat the bosses. You assume this is saver? No, I just have a piggy bank. And have not been in danger at any point in the run, so I haven't been spending my materials. We have run out of reasons not to spend them, though. So... let's see what we can get. Eh? Don't really want that. Cursed Mace. Can throw any good? Probably not. Broken Mouth is good. A lot of cyber balls. It's a lot of... what? Surely this is too many cyber balls. Feels not allowed. Alright, I have done something. How's it going, Angry Hippos? When I run with Vagabond, that felt very easy. I remember during the beta week, Vagabond being like a little challenging for me. So I don't know what's up with that. Loot start, training shiv, shield, cactus club, beef dagger, medical saw, circular saw. Harpoon gun dealt 15,000, like about what the other stuff was doing. Chuck harvesting, despite the debuff, scaled off piggyback 2. Didn't find a hunting trophy despite having 58% crit, but like economy was not my struggle, was it? Jelly, +1 max HP for every different weapon you have. This is a common item. That's like kind of a game-changing item, it feels like. If it's common, like we see it a lot. Feels like a big deal. Who's next? Almost done with the DLC stuff. Let's try out Vampire. Let me stretch one more time. I'm gonna do a like chair stretch. And a sneeze. Okay. We got more damage for missing health, more lifesteal for missing health, more armor for missing health, worse max HP, HP regen doesn't work. HP from consumables doesn't work. Minus 60% damage. So basically, we want to hang out on 50% health or something, is how this character works. Also, I can just start with Thief Daggers. So I guess another thing is I can just start with Thief Daggers. I don't want to do Ghost Weapons. Feels more flavorful with Vampire now. Anytime something has minus 60% damage on it, I like the idea of getting a Ghost Axe to get rid of that. Like, Ghost Axe is much more valuable when you start with minus % damage. Yeah, I don't know. Thief Dagger or Ghost Weapons both seem fine. I'm sure that SMG also works. Ghost Weapons do well with lifesteal, actually. I just want a Plasma Gun Builder Run. I don't even know what Plasma Gun is. No spear. Unlucky. You just go Ghost Weapons and Thief Daggers. Oh, it would make jelly better if I did that. Fascinating. Actually fascinating. It's got a crate, because I just spent 17 materials on a bag, and I would like them back. If you want to see the DLC stuff, my spreadsheet, !Brotato, has a tab in it that explains the DLC mechanics, what's new, including an explanation of Curse. Curse makes the enemies stronger and your items stronger, mostly. Would I say that this game is Meow Cat? Probably not. I don't think there are any cats in it. No! The crate. Oh, it's too hard to kill. Were the blue outline mobs from last round also cursed? No, that was from my loot. Loot was giving them a debuff, which caused them to take more damage, and the enemies that had a debuff on them were blue outlined. I think it was only from my loot. I guess there was also a lightning shiv, which I think was making enemies take 10% more damage when it hit them with the bounces, although I don't remember. There's an item that makes it so elemental damage debuffs enemies. I don't remember if I had it or not. There goes nothing. Generally going to be good to take damage here sometimes. I don't want to be on full health ever, really. Alternately, I could just dodge every time. Okay. I think more harvesting, take some speed. Maybe dodge not the best stat with this character. It's like, whatever. If you want to get hit, dodge isn't really gonna like stop you from getting hit. Getting hit is something that is usually pretty available to you in Brotato. When a run is feeling very strong in Brotato, consider referring to it as roasting or roasted. When you've had a winnable run, feel free to say, wow, I really mashed that one. Nothing wrong with mashing a potato. This one's looking crispy. I have no idea how this scales. Is it crispy? Maybe. Who could say? You sure spend a lot of time at very low health as this character. The thing is, I'm at higher health than it looks like because I get armor, the less health I have. So it looks like I'm one hit away from dying, but I'm actually like 2, which is still low. To be clear, that's still not very much health. Sure. Don't hate a small magazine here. The -% damage is like, you know, we've been talking about how I have -50% damage. The HP missing to armor conversion. I think it's +1 armor per 5% HP missing. So I'm pretty regularly sitting at +10 armor from it. Does Vampire kind of feel like the most classic Brotato of the DLC characters? Why is... It's actually like... It's gotta be more common. For some reason. There's some reason why that spawns cursed a lot. I don't think it's just like a 1 in 20. Because it was cursed last wave as well. Or last run, rather, as well. And I just feel like I've seen it cursed a lot of times, I guess. I don't know, maybe I'm just rolling natural ones on a d20 over and over again. Wave still went fine. Jelly? Sure. We are becoming tanky. I don't value the tooth item. No, I haven't been. I don't think minus enemy speed matters very much on the DLC. I think it was a big deal, actually, in the base game map. Because there were so many enemies that charged at you, but they just don't really exist in the DLC. There are very few of them. I wish the enemies were harder. Maybe a little bit. That's gotta be my item, yeah? Okay. My ghost axes are not doing great right now. Lost jelly value. No, I still have one ghost axe. Just only have one. I did lose jelly value by not having a thief dagger as well. That's okay, I've got ghost scepters for that, right? I just understood the flavor reason for not getting health from consumables when you're a vampire. That's cute. I didn't even consider that there was a, like, flavor reason for that. 2% lifesteal seems great for me. Wisdom. Probably pretty decent. Going into an elite wave too. You want me to get rid of the ghost axe? I like it. Unfortunately. I sure do have a wave 12 elite. This one we can mostly just run away from. Honestly, I can mostly walk away from this one. I don't even know if I need to run. Okay. works for me. Our stats gained looking 22, 22, 36, 380. We started at minus 60% damage, and we are now at a comfortable 18. How many chapters do you think you can put in a YouTube video before it becomes too much? Like if I had one for every Brotato character, that would be like 62 chapters in one video. I feel like that might be kind of not actually good for video navigation. I really wish the machine gun enemies didn't get nerfed. Oh. It's just kind of a little heartbreaking. Like you have the strong enemies and you start working out like, okay, this enemy is strong, what am I going to do to defeat it? How will I play around the fact that this strong enemy exists in the game? And then the enemy just gets nerfed to a point where it's like unremarkable. Like it's the same strength as the other enemies and you're like, oh, I guess I don't need to think. Sounds like a very long video. I think the goal is like 3 to 4 hours. Decent wave. I only have 8 armor. Does that mean Ashes is bad? It's possible I just don't want the stats also. I don't know. I'll buy it. It's efficiently costed, right? I should probably purchase it. Do I have a favorite Lana album? I don't think I could name a Lana album. I don't really know albums anymore. I just listen to music, like internet radio. I don't. I will very, very, very rarely listen to a new album when it comes out. And like I'll only listen to it when it comes out to see the new music. I won't like ever be like, oh, I should listen to that album that came out a year ago, and then put the album on and sit down and listen to it. Trying to think of if there's like any album I can think of that I like. Is it Feeling Blue or Kind of Blue by Miles Davis? I like that one. The algorithm is king these days. Yeah, it's not great. It's not great. Makes it a lot harder for people to get their stuff to fans, because the algorithm gets to decide whether or not it's actually served to people. Sebron, thanks for 33 months. Appreciate it. You forgot you had Prime automatically. Oh, thank you. Appreciate the support. Getting things out to people would be really hard even without an algorithm. Well, the way it works, in theory, is that people choose certain artists to follow and then, like, know about the things those artists are doing. But yeah, in practice, another part of that is there's less value to having, like, a lasting fan now. If people are not getting their stuff from, like, I don't know, you find out that someone has a new album coming out from their social media feed or something, and then you choose to buy that album, and then you listen to that album, and that's your pattern of listening to music. If people aren't doing that and are instead listening to an algorithmically generated playlist, then there's a lot less value to having those people following you as a musician to begin with. Because your little post about your new album is just gonna get, like, ignored, like, yeah. Believe it or not, hanging out on 20 health here is actually, I think, pretty safe. It looked like that wave was a lot more dangerous than it was, I think. I got the rotations, got really well, Volcano. Coming up on done with the DLC map, which has been a fun little challenge for the last week or so. You don't think an algorithm-based radio is much different from a radio station choosing songs most of the time? Probably true. Are you saying that people went from listening to radio stations to listening to algorithmically generated playlists? Maybe that's true. Maybe people never listened to albums. I feel like more people used to listen to albums, though. Like, at least a little bit. Yeah, actually, I do think it's, like, meaningfully different to have an algorithmically curated playlist, because I get to seed it. So if I am thinking to myself, I want to listen to a certain type of music, it used to be that unless that music exactly matched one of the, like, 6 good music stations that I had access to, I would need to, like, actually select an album or a playlist that I had made myself. But now I can just, like, type in I want this type of music and get it. Did I get JJJ in New Zealand? I left when I was, like, 12, so I don't remember what radio stations we had. I lived in Auckland. If it was available in Auckland, it would have been available to me. How do your radio stations know how many people listen to them? Do they do, like, surveys, or...? Like, there's no way to know that somebody's listening to a radio station via the traditional, like, turning a radio to it method, right? Do phone surveys. Exactly as tedious and inaccurate as you might suspect. Yeah, that does sound like it would be hard. Hard to get accurate information on. I feel like blood donation is probably not good here, but it's such a like vampire item. I kind of want to buy it, like even if it kills me. Yeah, let's just buy it. Lore reasons. If it kills me, I get to play the character again. That's fine. Like, it's indubitably terrible. It's just... I've spent all my money to lose 90 health, basically. I should be strong enough anyway. Indubitably is a good word. I feel like I don't use indubitably enough. Alright. Vampire is done. Did ghost weapons. They were plenty strong. Vampire and Vagabond today.